Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and friends. I'm Rico, and welcome back to the Rooster Life, and welcome to a new show and tell re-unboxing video. And today I'm going to show you probably the most prized piece of my collection. This is the Dragon edition of Ultima IX Ascension, which was released in 1999. And this is actually the first collector's edition of some kind that I got of a game, and I got it actually for two reasons. The first one is that among the goodies that are included in the box, and there's the Ultima collection. So all the 8 previous games, plus Calabeth, that what's usually referred to as Ultima Zero. I don't think I think the world of Ultima were also included, but not Ultima Underworld. Now, the only game of the Ultima series that I played before Ultima 9 was Ultima 8. And I was also always intrigued by 6 and 7 because I knew of them because they got ported for the SNES Super Nintendo back when I was still playing with my Super Nintendo. But I never had the chance to buy those. And but I read reviews back then, and I always wanted to buy them. So it was I found it interesting, appealing. Okay, and so I went for this. The other reason is that it wasn't that much more expensive compared to the regular um, standard, let's call it, edition. If I remember well, there were 3 editions. The Dragon edition, as you can see, it comes with an oversized box, and the standard edition, and a middle of the pack box, which I didn't have. Some of the goodies that are included in the Dragon edition, I don't think it came with the Ultima collection CDs. Otherwise, maybe I would have gone for that. Now I have this memory. Maybe I'm mistaken, but the regular game was sold in Italy for about 100,000 liras, which was the standard price for a newly released PC or console game. It's been like that since the 16-bit eras. Which was like $50, 50 euros at the time. Now, adjusted for inflation, we're talking about a little bit more. We're talking about like 80, 90 euros or dollars. So back to to what I always say, that back then games were more expensive. Okay, now last few years has been a couple of price hikes, so that now a day one game goes for 80 euros or dollars. But well, as a kids, we 90s kids born in the 80s didn't have it that easy after all. Anyway, the Dragon edition, I think it was like 30 or 40% more. I think it was 135,000 liras, So it wasn't that much expensive. Okay, maybe it was 150, but even then, the fact that you got all the previous games, okay, in the package, made up for it. Okay, so now I want to talk about the game itself because eventually I'll record a video on my main channel, Record a Rooster, or maybe even a Let's Play series. I've never finished this one. I reached the final stage and then I stopped because I think Diablo 2 arrived. There is a funny story that tells you a lot about um, PC gaming in that period of time, late 90s, early 2000. So this game was supposed to be released in by the end of 99. I think it was October or November 99. I actually got it in January 2000. January, between January and February 2000. Why is that? Because I ordered it by mail from a big shop in Bologna, which me and my brothers usually ordered our our games because there was no Amazon back then in Italy, and you had to go to local shops, and local stores in our area um, didn't keep a huge stock of video games, consoles, and computer video games. So if you wanted something new or something particular like this one, you had to order by mail, by phone actually, and have it sent. Um, Basically, they recall the item. Okay, so just as they were shipping, basically they patched it. Okay, now we'll see better. They patched the game, the famous or infamous patch 1.18. However, back in the day, internet in Italy wasn't very widespread. It was something used for work, but it wasn't a household thing. And the patch was a few megs. So they held the boxes, they mastered some CDs with the patch, uh, put the CDs in the boxes, and they shipped off. Obviously, this took a while. This is something that would happen again with other games. Another such example is Pool of Radiance 2 Ruins of Mithranor, and another game that I have in collector's edition, and it happened pretty much the same thing. Then a few years later, when fast internet became more widespread, they stopped bothering with adding CDs with the latest patches. Anyway, here the box says destined to be legendary. There are some comments from websites and publications. We have here from CNET Game Center. Oh my, does Ultima IX Ascension look sweet? Some I've never heard of. Okay, PC Gamer, I know. It says, as Ultima IX Ascension powers up, we fully expect the Richter scale to be off the charts. It says nothing, actually. That's pretty much the only name I recognize. So obviously these were based on previews, okay, because it wasn't actually a game. They weren't lying because the game looked awesome for a time. Actually, I'll tell you more that when I got it, My PC of that time, which was a Pentium 3 700 or 750, I don't recall, couldn't run it very well. I could run it at very low resolution. And so I waited till next summer, after I got my grades and finished high school, and me and my middle brother bought us a new PC, which was a Salon with over 1000 uh, megahertz of speed. It was more powerful. Okay, and I could run it with no problem. Okay, it looked very nice. I repeat, for the time, it looked very well, very good, nice, awesome, stunning. Gameplay and all that stuff. Well, that's another thing. The main problem with the game, except the usual EA Origin, uh, Origin Software, Lord British shenanigans of the time, um, there was the problem of the patch. Okay, because the patch fixed some major bugs, but actually introduced another bug at some point. So the recommended course of action was that when you reach that point, you would have to reinstall the game without a patch, go past that point, and then reinstall the patch or something like that. Well, it was also controversial. Well, with the reception, the reviews, at least in Italy. I remember reading two magazines. One was giving the game a score in the 90s, like 94, 95 out of 100, so extremely high. Another one was giving it 65 out of 100, so barely playable. Okay, that's one thing that started breaking my trust in magazines and uh, gaming press. How can a game get so different scores? What they were basing their scores on? Um, were there politics involved? Were the people reviewing the game actually playing them? What were they considering? Okay, one thing, for instance, this is just my personal take, is that even now, some reviewers take into account if the game, that the version they're playing is stable, how much it's stable, if it needs refinement, patching, or stuff like that. um, Unless the publisher or the software house gets the boot, okay, it will eventually be patched. Okay, I think 95% of the times. Okay, so I'm not sure you should take care. You should take that into consideration when reviewing a game and giving out a score, because it's a temporary problem. Okay, or if you do, you should write another review or update the score when major patches are released. Say, okay, well, we gave this 85 because it has these stability issues. Now that the stability issue has been fixed, well, we should update the score to 87, 88, or whatever. Okay. But I've never seen that done. Anyway, let's open the box. Enough chatting. Okay. Or I can show you the requirements. Okay. Okay. So the recommended is 400 megahertz of faster Pentium 2, 128 megabyte RAM, 1 gigabyte free hard disk. This is recommended. 16 megabyte 3D graphics accelerator. I think that's what my PC at the time was lacking. Okay, it wasn't really the CPU, because it was a pretty sure it was a 700 megahertz Pentium 3, so it should have handled that with no problem. However, I think I had a graphics accelerator. Maybe not, but well, anyway, I played it through the summer months, and I quite enjoyed it. I never finished, but mostly because I got new shiny toys to try out, and then I lost the saves and stuff like that. Okay, so we are greeted by these parchment greetings, citizens of Britannia. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, it's a parchment. Okay, Lord British, thanks for ongoing dedication and support to the Ultima series. Blah 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 blah. Okay, now this is nothing new, because all the first releases of Ultima games were filled anyway with goodies. Even the standard edition had some the manuals, we'll see, okay, and other stuff. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why Origin was bought out by EA, is that the Garriots really had bad marketing ideas, and they had very low margins on copies sold because they put too much stuff. It's like Pink Floyd concerts, okay? They weren't earning much because they were blowing everything in on lights and other stage things. Then we have this oil sleeve with the tarots with the 8 virtues. Okay, this basically I think I took out these things and checked them when I got it, and another time that I took some pictures years on, but these are pristine. This is first time, by the way. If you didn't get it initially, yeah, I bought it first time. It was a new game, not a new old stock. New. I bought it when the game came out. There's also a pendant with the Ankh. Okay. I don't recall which items were included in the other version of the other release. And here it is. This is the game discs. Okay. But here we have also the soundtrack. Okay. And the Ultima Collection. Now, I lost the small manual reference. Well, lost, it's probably downstairs. There was like a booklet that would fit in here with the installation instruction for the Ultima Collection. Now, one thing, we're talking about Windows 98, okay? Talking Windows 98, which had DOS support. It wasn't native DOS like Windows 95, but you could boot the computer in DOS mode and play DOS games. I remember playing Dungeon Master 2 in DOS mode, Windows 98. So there's no emulator. Okay, the games are the actual games, and you had this little program called Slow-Mo, okay, which was integrated in installation and would boot when you boot one of the games for the Ultimate Collection. That would slow down the CPU. okay, so that we would play at the correct pace, at the correct speed. Um, I think, however, I ended up having problems with um, Ultima 7. It wouldn't run. Okay, I tinkered with the installation with a very, very basic knowledge back then. Didn't know much, and I managed to play the first ones. Okay, Ultima Zero, Calabeth, or what it was called, and the first Ultimas. Okay, I wasn't able to play 7. I think it's all the 4 parts of 7 are included, and it probably even 6 I wasn't able to play, or 6 was way too fast. Slow-mo wouldn't work. Anyway, so that was a bummer. Okay, and again, back then I didn't have access to internet for help, and this is the game disk, and install this came with 2 discs. Okay, you could install the whole thing, so that you would just need this to identify to let you boot the game. And yeah, nice discs. Back in the day were, it's nice discs. Okay, and here the Ultima Online 2 coming 2000. Okay, then you have the install guide for Ultima IX Ascension. Just Ultima 9, though, not, as I said before, the Ultima Collection. It had another booklet which I should have somewhere, but I don't recall where. Okay. It's a third-person action game, so they kept the single player, single character, not party-based aspect of the first Ultimas and Ultima 8, and but at least it's back in Britannia, so you meet some friendly faces, and this is the Ultima 9 Ascension patch 1.18. This is the reason why the game was held for release a few months, and it was released, and it's just a mastered CD. I don't know if it was done by the shop or the Italian distributor. I think the Italian distributor. For instance, for Pool of Radiance 2 was the Italian importer distributor that did it. Okay, so then you have the manuals. Now this is quality. Okay, you have 2 manuals. One is the actually game manual with it is written like a journal sort. It doesn't tell you how to play the controls or stuff like that, of course, but in the style of Ultima or the Ultima series, it tells you things about enemies, about things you can find, armor types, okay, weapons. It's like a rule book for RPGs, okay, and of course it's very nice. The cover is, I think it's leather. Or at least it's faux leather. It's as I said in another video, and I noticed that, for instance, the first some releases, at least the DOS release of Dungeon Master by FTL, not I don't think they was the Sanyosis version. They had manuals with covers like this one. Was yellow in that case, so it was a thing back then. Okay, then you have this black one with a pentacle. Okay, you can see. And this is actually the spell book. This is a little bit more used because it actually has some information that are useful on the game. So it tells you which reagents and evocation for the different spells. So I checked it a few times. So it's not as pristine condition as compared to the others. Still, I try to treat it with the best care possible. Okay. Okay, very nice. Then you have the Tapestry of Ages, if I remember well. Okay, it's pretty nice. I can recognize here bits about Ultima 8. Okay, this is Pyros. This is the Guardian dropping the avatar on Pagan. This is the Hall of the Mountain King. Okay, when you do the necromancer stuff, this is where you do the air trials, and I think that's it. These are now Ultima 7. Okay, I wouldn't want to say wrong things. Okay, these are the first ones. That's nice. I think this was included in all the editions, and you also have the commands. Okay, movement commands, combat commands. Just play a mouse and keyboard, by the way. Finally, you have the unmistakable map of Britannia on cloth, which it is actually useful. Okay, and I had to take it out a couple of times, take it out of the box and check it, see where I need to play. It is actually game accurate. Okay, so the paths, the tracks you see, they're actually in game. So if you want to reach a point, at least you know more or less where you should go. Catalogs. This is Entertainment Catalog 2000. This is Nox. Okay, which is another game published by EA around that time. So yeah, it was common to find, in boxes ads and stuff of games by the same publisher. Finally, to close, this is exclusive to the Dragon edition. This is almost A3 size poster of the avatar, which fits only this box. Okay. And that's it. Lots of goodies. For the price, it was definitely a lot of goodies. But as I said, it was custom for the Ultima series to fill the box with other stuff. And yeah, it was nice. It wasn't so nice for the company because they could have made more money and avoid problems with a more wise management, but it is what it is, and someone paid for the consequences. And here it is, Ultima IX Ascension, Dragon Edition. Well, I hope you found this long video, informative, interesting. Okay, and see you again with another one. So until next time, take care and goodbye.